Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel again. In this video, it's going to be a little bit light-hearted and just conversational, but I have some lists and things that I want to share with you guys, and this is going to be a video about don't come to Finland if you're a certain type of person or if you have certain types of, whatever, but some reasons not to come to Finland. So let's jump right into the video. So the first reason on my list that I would advise you to not come to Finland is if you are not a regulated or a law and abiding kind of person, if you're the kind of person that likes to break rules, if you like to exceed speed limits, park in different places, exceed due dates, Finland is not for you. And by this I mean, like, in Finland, if you, for example, exceed the speed limits, there are speed cameras and you get tickets, you get fined, and your driver's license can be, collected and seized for a certain period or even for life, depending on the gravity of your crime. If you're parking in wrong places, if you're exceeding due dates, if you're not paying your debts, you could end up in they call it ulosoto, like bad credits, and you'll be entitled to, you will never be entitled to credit. So it's a very organized kind of system where everybody's law abiding, everybody obeys the law. You read, they tell you, don't enter this place, don't enter. Don't do this, don't do this, because the police is real here. They're very efficient. They'll come for you. You get arrested, and you'll be in the bad books. So if you're not a law-abiding person and you like to just break the rules, like I said in one of my videos, you don't like to queue, if you're not patient, don't come to Finland. Second point is if you're not humble and you're very proud, you look down on other people, you're lazy, don't come to Finland. And the reason I said this is because everybody in Finland has this humble spirit. Everybody uses the train, everybody uses the bus, everybody, of course, people have their own cars, but, you have to have this, humility to be able to do certain things, do certain jobs. Like, you can't come to Finland and say, oh, I'm not going to do this job, I'm not going to do that, and you want to get money, you're in trouble. So you have to be humble. You have to, come off your high horse, put up your sleeves, do whatever it takes to put food on the table as far as it is legit. So that's another reason I'll say don't come to Finland. Like, people in Finland also, like most Finns that I've interacted with or that I've met, they told me that they've either done some kind of jobs as a student, like cleaning is not seen as a dirty job, or working in a restaurant or doing a car delivery, or no, they're seen as menial jobs, but they're not seen as low income jobs. Like, everybody is respected here. There's dignity in labor. So you also have to respect the person that is delivering your food, or respect the taxi driver. The taxi driver might even be somewhere that has his own house or has his own, property, or has his own business. So that's the way Finland operates, and you have to be very humble and open to do anything to earn money in Finland. And this brings me to my third point, guys. In terms of being humble, you have to be open-minded. Like, you have to be able to unlearn and relearn. Like, if you're the kind of person that comes from a very tribalistic background, or you're not open to embracing, diversity and equality, you have some kind of beliefs, or you have some kind of macho mindset, I don't think Finland is for you. Because I've mentioned in one of my videos that Finland is very, is a country that embraces gender equality, is a country that embraces, any kind of sexuality. If you are not open to all these LGBT communities, if you have your own beliefs and you feel like you want to impose your beliefs on people, I don't think Finland is for you guys, because these people, they exhibit and they express their human rights even in public, and they will tell you to your face. So if you are not if you are the kind of person that is, you have your own certain beliefs and you feel like a woman's place is in the kitchen and and the man is the provider, or you're not open to actually learning and embracing another culture, I don't think Finland is for you, darling. My fourth point would be, if your profession is heavily regulated, I think you have to have a second thought before coming to Finland. And by being regulated, there are certain industries or certain professions that will be very difficult for you to actually bring in your previous experience and work in Finland. Like I mentioned in my previous videos, there's some career paths or industries here that are very favorable to foreigners. But for example, you want to become a doctor, you want to become a dentist, you want to become a lawyer, you want to become some kind of, you have to go to school from the scratch here in Finland because it takes a whole lot of hassle, like a very long process to actually, dive into the industry here and start working as a doctor, especially if you're coming from outside the EU or even another country that doesn't speak Finnish or Swedish, because you have to do the exams all over in Finnish or Swedish. You have to pass it. You have to go through the process all over again. So this is one reason to consider. I wouldn't say don't come to Finland, but you have to actually consider and reconsider before coming to Finland. So this point is actually very funny. This is like a light-hearted, like I said, and don't come to Finland if you rely on domestic staff. You're a very domestic, you're a very, I don't know how to put it, you're a very spoiled person in the sense that you have a lot of maids where you're coming from, a lot of drivers, a lot of chefs, like to bring something from the kitchen or somewhere, you say somebody has to bring it for you, or you have to send people on, minor errands here and there. You can't do anything by yourself. I don't think Finland is for you because people even hardly have drivers here in Finland. You have to drive yourself. If you want to give yourself a treat, you might have to take the Uber or use the bus or the train. And maids here are very expensive. Nannies are very expensive. And people that actually have nannies are people that are well off and they can afford to pay the nannies, because nannies earn very well here in Finland. So if you're the kind of person that is used to somebody always doing something for you, you come from royalty where you are and you have like many servants in your household, you might have to think twice before coming to Finland, darling, because in Finland you have to do everything by yourself. If you are not used to being alone and you always rely on, like, you have a very heavy social life, like in Nigeria we call it this Owambe spirits, when you need to always go out every weekend, you need to have fun, you need to always be in the party, you need, like, you rely heavily on social activities like interacting with other people. I think it's something you might have to consider before coming to Finland, because in Finland you should learn to do everything alone. Like, you should, even your sport or your hobbies, of course, it's normal to have friends and, a social circle or social gathering, but you cannot always rely on other people to live your own life in Finland. And if you're the kind of person that cannot function without, a heavy social life or a heavy social group, especially as an immigrant, and you're coming to Finland with the idea that you're going to start making new friends from the scratch, you might have to think twice before coming to Finland. This brings me to my other point. If you are a business person and you're doing very well where you are, or you have a very good job, a very good salary, you're comfortable where you are well off, or you're coming with the idea that you want to start up a business and the proposition or the idea of your business depends heavily on numbers, like, people, population, I don't think Finland is for you, because Finland is just a country that has a population of about 5.5 million people. And Finnish people are very loyal people to their brand, to the core. Like, they will buy their brand, and it is very difficult to convince them to actually buy from you. So if you have a business already wherever you are and you're doing well off and you're flourishing or you're doing well and it relies heavily on numbers, I wouldn't advise you to come to Finland, because they're very difficult to market to, in my own opinion, because they're very loyal to their own brand and things that are made in Finland. So a lot of, there are so many popular Finnish brands that people have been using for ages and ages and ages, and they would never stop using them. So it is a very difficult and monopolious, it's a very difficult and heavy monopoly in the market to actually penetrate into. It's a very difficult market. So it's something you actually have to consider and think twice before coming to Finland. Okay, this point, if you're not tech savvy, if you're not computer literate, I don't think Finland is for you. This is because everything, or almost everything, has an app in this country. Like, even the transportation, the gas station, like anything you have to do, you're either using an app, you're doing it by yourself. You're not, nobody's pumping the gas for you in the gas station. You're applying to things by yourself online. You're using the computer, you're using your app to navigate issues. And online services are most of the time even cheaper. So if you're not the kind of person that is tech savvy, able to jump on the app and, you know, do your own research and computer savvy, I don't think Finland is for you, because everything here pretty much is on the internet. I think there's an app for literally anything. So you have to be really tech savvy and you have to be able to embrace tech culture to be able to come to Finland. Okay, this is relates to my first point. If you don't like paying taxes and you're the kind of person that likes to evade taxes, don't come to Finland. I've said this before in one of my videos that taxes are very high in Finland, but evasion of taxes is a crime. So you cannot evade it because it's for the benefit of everybody in the society, and you are heavily taxed because taxes are high. Finland is one of the countries with the highest tax rates. And if you don't like paying taxes, just don't come to Finland. If you cannot stand the cold for long periods of time, if you cannot stand the cold, gray weather, because winter blues will get into you. So you have to be mentally strong, mentally fit to be able to, you know, go through this dark time. So if you're the kind of person that cannot really, you know, do well in cold, or you cannot live in a cold country, or cold is not for you, really, like your body is not blending with the weather, like, I don't think Finland is for you, because Finland, the winter is from like November to like April. Of course, April is spring already, but it's like, you know, it's half spring, half winter. It could still snow, and the weather is very, very unpredictable. So it could be sunny today and it will snow tomorrow, and it will still be cold. And it's something that you always have to accept if you're living in Finland. So this brings me to the end of this video, guys. If you have more suggestions, I might do a part 2 of this video in the near future. But if you like the video, please share, like, and comments, and give your own thoughts. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and bye.